YouTube, man. Why they saying T Grizzly he's being accused of impregnating and murdering his auntie. Come to find out, bro, that wasn't even his real auntie, like blood auntie, bro. And I'm guessing he got her pregnant or something, they were saying. And he basically did a murder for hire, bro. He basically did a murder for hire. That sound crazy, bro. We finna dive into this video, bro. This been all over the internet. I know y'all been seeing this, bro. We finna rectify and recommend what's really going on, bro. Let's hear the story. Let's go.
The accusations that T Grizzley impregnated his own aunt and then ordered for her to be murdered is escalating quickly.
Crazy,
it went from
bro.
A mere conspiracy to now it's a theory that's being explored in court. This goes without saying, but I'm not accusing T Grizzley of doing anything. I'm simply laying out the facts and laying out why T Grizzley is currently trending and why people is accusing T Grizzley of impregnating and murdering his aunt. After you hear all
crazy, bro. It be your own family, though.
With that being said, let's get started. The murder of T Grizzley's aunt.
And then, hold on. I ain't gonna keep pausing it. I heard, bro, minutes before she had got shot, because if y'all don't know, she had got shot in the car, right? I'm hearing minutes before that, bro had hopped out the car, then a couple minutes later, that's when the car got shot up, and that's how she... You feel me? That ain't...
Jobina Brown has always been sketchy, has always been suspicious, never made sense at all.
The search continues this morning for the gunman who shot and killed the manager and aunt of Detroit rapper T Grizzley. 41-year-old Jobina Brown was shot in the area of 3 Mile Drive and Mack Avenue on the city's east side Tuesday night.
Oh, that was on the east side?
To a story that we brought you Wednesday morning. TMZ is reporting
I thought that was on the west side.
Seat of a car when the suspect approached and started shooting, and she was rushed to the hospital where she later died. It is not clear if T Grizzley was the intended target of the attack. The rapper and his driver were not injured.
This isn't a situation where hindsight is 50-50 and people is looking back like, that sounded sketchy, or I didn't spot these red flags before. No. From day one, anyone who heard this story, even from the mouth of T Grizzley, who was present, they've always had more questions than answered. Because T Grizzley will be pretty candid about what took place that night. He wasn't shy. He told the full story to a lot of people and a lot of platforms, even made a song about it. And every time T Grizzley told the story, people was like, that don't make sense. Especially people in the streets. Like us civilians, like we can have our opinions, but people in the streets, when they heard what happened, they're like,
yeah, it don't sound right, like, because
like that don't make sense.
Because if you
imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Because if you think about it, bro, if the driver and T Grizzley didn't get hit up and T Grizzley had got out the car, then a couple minutes later, the car getting shot up, bro. That's not, you feel me? That ain't no coincidence, bro. That was a targeted hit. He must have put that hit out on her, bro. Because think about it. If the shooters really wanted T Grizzley, bro, they would have got T Grizzley. They ain't just shooting up no random car. So, I'm going to give y'all my opinion on it, right? I feel like he had got her pregnant, so-called, and he didn't want his bid, being out in the mix, and she probably felt some type of way about it, or however that was going about. So, he just had sent the hit out on her, bro. That's how I feel, honestly. And then I heard, like, okay, I'm gonna let y'all watch it.
The night everything happened, man. Can you kind of go over that night with us? I know
like keep playing the game as they talking about some serious stuff. It don't.
Or whatever. And I'm going over my cousin's house, my older cousin. He was real close with my pops, just like my pops' brother. And I always try to, show him some love, because that's another wound we really ain't healed from.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I went over there, and I was telling her, like, come in the house. And she like, no, I don't want to go in. I'm begging her to come in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain areas you just can't. You gotta move right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't about where you at. I could go anywhere I want to.
Right.
But I gotta move right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if I'm moving right, can't nothing happen to me. So I'm telling her to come in the house. She like, no, because JB was kind of like funny acting about dirty houses.
Okay.
And stuff like that. The house wasn't even dirty, but to her, she just a clean, real clean person.
Okay.
It's like, no, I don't want to go in them people's house. I don't want to sit on their furniture and all that stuff in there.
This one is not too much of a red flag for me, but a lot of people thought, come on, bruh. She chose to wait in the car at night in Detroit instead of going to the house. And, like, this is your family house, too? This don't really sound too right. But, yo, I never lived in Detroit. I never lived in Chicago. I never lived in places that could be the murder capital. So
I'm gonna tell you one thing, bro. And I'm from Detroit, right? So I'm finna get y'all, like, you know? So, Detroit, it's not no dangerous place how people look at it, right? Like, okay, if you compare Chicago and Detroit, Chicago is way worse, bro. Like, I feel like in Chicago is the murder rate is way more higher. It's way more stuff going on in Chicago. But Detroit, let me tell you something, bro. The only way for someone to want to end your life, right? You either you gotta be getting robbed. You feel me? Some people would kill you, like, if they rob you, they trying to take something from you. It's either that, or if you got some type of beef in the streets, bro, where you actually beefing with people or anything like that, or like you say, a murder for hire. He sent the hit out and you get hit up. Those are the only three things where you could get exited out in Detroit, bro. It's not no bad place. You just gotta, if you stay to yourself, bro, I promise you, bro, Detroit is not no bad place. You just gotta know how to maneuver, bro. Don't be going to a hood that you're not too familiar in trying to run shit, bro, because it's not gonna go that way. Then you may end up in some shit you feel me? So that's just how I feel. That's a, you know?
I don't know. All right. Like, I don't know. Maybe it is a routine thing to wait in the car at night in those areas.
It's not no bad thing, bro. I've done that plenty of times, bro, where I poured up on a little shorty and we just chilling in the car. And I was on the whole opposite side on where I'm from. I'm on the west side. Mind you, I'm from the east side. I'm on the west side and I just pull up on a little shorty. We chilling in the car. We talking for hours. You feel me? And I did this plethora of times, bro. Ain't nothing happened. Like I say, bro, it's either somebody a targeted hit on you or it's just somebody trying to rob you and take something from you. Other than that, bro, you will be groovy in the pot in Detroit. I'm just letting y'all know, bro.
Car. Maybe not everybody is as scared or terrified as people like me.
I'm like, all right, I'll be right back. So I'm knocking on the door. My people's taking so long to come to the door. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they finally come to the door. As soon as I see her, as soon as I see my auntie, she about to open the door. I just hear a whole bunch of shots going off. You know what I'm saying? Behind me, I hear a whole bunch of shots going off. So I get down because I'm thinking they about to come to the side and start, you know what I'm saying, shooting at me, and I ain't got nothing on me at the time. My cousin ran out with a gun. I'm like, perfect. So we ran out on the street. When we ran out, my driver was gone with no cars out there. I'm like,
She was in the. So what was the vehicle? She was in the car, like
she was in the
driveway
car.
or the street?
She was in the car.
Okay.
She was in the car on the street. So my cousin ran out with the gun or whatever, and we ran out in the front to see what's going on and to, if somebody up on us, we gonna get them off us.
The court trial for his aunt murder actually started today, but we will get to who the defendant is, who's being charged with the murder, and how even that looks horrible for T Grizzley. But at trial today, a YouTuber, The Family, he actually watched the trial, right? He actually watched it through, I think it's a Zoom or something, but the trial was being filmed. And when he watched the trial, T Grizzley's other aunt, whose house he was at, she testified. And she actually testified that the story they told the police, well, T Grizzley told the police, he didn't see who did it, he didn't snitch, but he did say, listen, when the shots ran off.
Hey, this is real interesting, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Shocked, ran to the window to see what's going on. We ain't know what was going on. We were shocked. The aunt actually said, like, cut the malarkey. No, I didn't see T Grizzly run to no window appearing shocked.
Question was asked by the state. Does she remember the aunt mentioning that when T Grizzly heard the shots inside the home, he ran to the window to see what was going on? The aunt responded, no, she didn't say that.
So once we got outside, once we got in the front where they was at, my driver gone. There's no cars out here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, wait. Let me ask you. So, was you had to enter to the back door or something?
Yeah, I walked
Side door. Okay, I get you. Okay.
But basically, I don't even know what's going on at this point.
Okay.
So we in the front, we looking. I look in the street. I don't see no glass in the street. So I'm like, oh, they straight. You know what I'm saying? That's probably some. I didn't even think this had nothing to do with us.
Okay.
You feel me?
Right.
But my cousin still came out there with the gun though.
Mm-hmm.
So I was cool with going out there. I'm like, I ain't see no glass in the street. I'm thinking they heard some shots and pulled off.
Okay.
So now I'm mad now. Like, y'all heard them shots, why would y'all leave me over here?
Right.
You feel me? You could at least called me and told me, like, it's too much going on over here. Come on, we gone. You know what I'm saying? That my driver ended up calling me, like,
bro, what? If some shot, hold on, bro. He just, I don't know. Okay, now I'm starting to believe the rumors going around because for him even saying that, right? What do you mean? Y'all should have called me and let me know, like, you feel me, bro? If some shots is rung off and they in a car, bro, and you already in the house, nigga, it's time to think fast, bro. Ain't none of this stuff, bro. It's time to think fast, move fast. Nigga, I will call you once I get in a safe zone, folks. The hell he talking about?
they told me what happened. So basically what happened, they walked up to my door and opened my door. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas opened my door trying to get at me. Ended up hitting her up. But, like, niggas was coming for me because they opened my door.
Okay.
And was shooting in the car. They hit her 8 times, though.
Mm. And you have no idea where this came from?
No, I ain't got no idea where it came from. But it ain't even matter where it came from. I felt like everybody was a
It ain't even matter. Yeah, bro, this nigga weird, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you claiming this so auntie, bro. Then bro had the nerve to make a whole song about it. Like, bro, what if he just made that song just to get some more clout and make money off of her death? You feel me? That's crazy.
suspect. I feel like everybody was a suspect. So even if
It's at this particular point the story breaks down for me and it stops making sense. So if they were trailing them close enough to where they were able to get to the crib or get to the vehicle while T Grizzly was still at the door, then wouldn't they just be able to see where T Grizzly went and follow him? But besides that, let's just say T Grizzly was at the door long enough to where, you know, they were able to catch up to the vehicle. Cool. They was obviously looking for someone. T Grizzly is saying they were looking for me. It wasn't a situation where they were going into this looking to kill everybody in the vehicle. They was looking for someone. And that's why they went to the vehicle, opened up the vehicle, looked to see who's in the vehicle, and began shooting that person on that side. That's why the driver wasn't hit and he was the only other person in the vehicle, but that's why he wasn't hit. All the bullets went to the person on the side of the vehicle they open up. But in that case, if they open up the car door, wouldn't they be able to see, oh, it's not T Grizzly, and close it back up? Because they obviously wasn't concerned with killing just anybody because the driver was never hit and he was never killed and he was a witness and they let the witness live. So if that's the case, wouldn't they just have like just moved on or just try to find T Grizzly and leave the auntie be if the auntie wasn't a target? To me, that shows the auntie was the target the whole time. If they opened up that car vehicle, seen her, and still shot and killed her, she was the target, and I don't think T Grizzly was the target. But who would want to kill the aunt or T Grizzly? The best guess here is T Grizzly's ops. T Grizzly ops, people who hate T Grizzly, people who T Grizzly have been beefing with for a while now. So That's why the next development in this story doesn't make sense and is awfully suspicious. T Grizzley is really close friends with Buka 600. Buka 600 is a Chicago drill rapper. They're so close that Buka was a groomsman in T Grizzley's wedding. And the wedding took place last year. The aunt's murder took place 5 years ago. Now, Buka 600 has an associate from Chicago called Wu Thing. Now, Wu Thing is from the same squad, the same clique as Buka 600. They're very close associates. Now, Wu Thing was ultimately arrested and charged with the murder of T Grizzley's aunt. Even after he was arrested, the police made it perfectly clear they don't believe he was acting alone. They don't believe he committed this murder alone. They don't believe he's the only accomplice. And their actions after they arrested him made it perfectly clear. But how was he arrested? How was he caught? He was caught because, quite frankly, Wu Thing is the dumbest, stupidest criminal you will ever hear about. This man was still in the murder getaway vehicle that was stolen, by the way, and he still had the murder weapon on him. Again, stupidity is an understatement here, people.
State and the feds. October 19, 2019, just 2 months after JB lost her life, Wu-Tang was arrested in Chicago, Illinois. It was around 12:06 p.m. when officers from Chicago Police Department were on a routine patrol when they responded to another officer report of a male and one female sitting inside of a stolen vehicle parked in the alley behind 5920 South Calumet Avenue in Chicago, Illinois. The reporting officer had confirmed that the vehicle was stolen by checking the vehicle license plate in the law enforcement computer database. When responding to CPD, officers pulled into the alley. They observed the male subsequently identified as Wu-Tang, aka Jermaine Whedon, and a female standing near the stolen vehicle, a blue Nissan Versa with New York license plate. Now keep that vehicle in mind. As the responding officers exited the patrol car and approached Wu-Tang, he fled from officers on foot. After a brief foot chase, the officers apprehended Wu-Tang and placed him in handcuffs. As Wu-Tang physically resisted the officers when placed against the police car, a Glock 23 40 cal semi-automatic handgun bearing serial number PAZ-363 fell out of Wu-Tang's left pants leg. The handgun was loaded with 12 rounds of ammunition with the head stamp marking SIG 40 S&W. During the subsequent search of the stolen blue Nissan, CPD officers recovered an extended magazine from the passenger side door. Now fam, would you believe this man had the same firearm and same stolen vehicle during the night that JB lost her life? Well, it's true. When it came to the rental, the car was a Hertz rental car that had been set to be returned to Hertz on August 24, 2019. Hertz filed a stolen police report in September of 2019. The following year, February of 2020, DPD received notification from the MSP lab where they test the firearms, the ballistics. They confirmed that that firearm that Wu-Tang was caught with in Chicago was the same firearm used to take the life of JB. May she rest in peace.
I have a deep dive coming up on this very shortly where I'm
saying though, bro, you all the way in Chicago. You came all the way to Detroit to murder her, bro. And I wonder how much T Grizzley paid folks to do this. Like, now you sitting in prison, bro. The shit all dumb to me, bro. It's dumb. Like, you did that for no reason, bro. You feel me? It shit don't even be worth it.
Dive on the case, how they called Jermaine, why they called Jermaine, what other proof they got for Jermaine, and the entire murder case surrounding the aunt, including other suspects, etc., etc. In this video, I'm just speed running the accusations against T Grizzley. Now, I don't care what y'all say. I'm not indicting T Grizzley. I'm just telling you guys exactly why T Grizzley is currently trending, and y'all could believe it after I lay out what's going on. I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm not saying he's innocent. I'm simply laying out the facts of what's going on. But what I would say, bruh, is this. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care what explanation you guys got. If an associate of Buka 600, who is also my close friend, if this Wu-Tang dude is my close associate, he's from Chicago. I'm from Detroit. What beef do he got with my aunt? Or what beef do he got with me? So I don't care what y'all say. I think it's weird to still be hanging out with associates of the dude who killed your aunt. Wu-Tang and Buka 600 is inseparable. They're from the same clique. He killed your aunt while he was looking for you, apparently, but you still hang out. He's still the groomsman to your wedding. he's still your best friend. It doesn't make sense whatsoever.
It's all
I don't
weird,
think it makes sense.
bro.
As a matter of fact, I think it's...
And to be honest with you, bro, I feel like, bro, most of these rappers, bro, these people y'all look up to, bro, them niggas is weird in real life, bro. You feel me? They weird in all types of ways. It's like, bro, them niggas don't think like humans, bro. They're man-made robots. Like, let's just say if your mom died, right? Your mom passed. You know the person who killed your mom. And you still hanging out with that person, brother. Like, you don't think you gonna get backdoored soon? Like, you feel me? Like, you don't be having that thought. These rappers don't be thinking that way, bro. They just hang around anybody just to look cool. I guess so.
I think he's disloyal. And if T Grizzly is not involved, he's an idiot. Why would you hang out with the same clique who's responsible for the murder of your aunt? And you claim they were looking to murder you, but yet you're still friends with Buka, who's an OG from that clique. It doesn't make sense to me at all. I think it's flawed here, people. Now, let's move on. So, but what's the motivation? Why would Wu-Thing want to murder T Grizzly's aunt? Why? What's the motivation here? Why would T Grizzly want to murder his aunt? Well, in court today, a close source to the family was actually in court. And the state actually threw out that they believe that T Grizzly impregnated the aunt, that the aunt was pregnant at the time for T Grizzly's baby, according to the family.
And many more. But I was able to catch it today, although the audio wasn't allowed for screen recording while looking. You can only screen record if the audio picks up from another device. And I didn't know that today. But I took some key notes. And the house that T Grizzly allegedly stopped at the day JB lost her life to go inside. Remember we said that was his aunt's house? Another aunt? Well, she took the stand today. And to sum up 8 hours for you guys in 60 seconds, I say this. That rumor that's floating around that T Grizzly got his alleged aunt pregnant, the state believes that. Not the family TV, not Reddit, the state.
Come to find out, T Grizzly and his aunt/manager isn't blood related. So if T Grizzly is impregnating her, it feels like the situation got messy. But what's the official theory? What's the official conspiracy? You heard a lot of bits and pieces. Well, here is the full theory laid out, and exactly why people believe that T Grizzly hired the help of his friend Wu-Thing, who was close with his best friend Buka 600, and they conspired this plan to murder the aunt. Here is why here's the theory people believe explains why T Grizzly did this.
This is why T Grizzly backdoored his auntie. When T Grizzly first came home, he dropped his hit song, First Day Out. But due to debts T owed to the government, he made his uncle wife, JB, which some will say is his auntie, his manager, and made her make and fake label, and signed himself to the fake label, so all his music would be under JB name. But by the time T Grizzly got rich and paid off all his debts, he was ready to put all his music back in his name. But JB was refusing to sign the papers to give T his music back. So T would pay 600 buka to have someone from his side to kill JB. So on August 20th, 2019, T and JB would both link up, and when T would get out and walk in the house, 600, Wu-Tang would pull up and shoot JB 8 times as T was walking in the house.
I feel like I'm at least obligated to say it doesn't make sense the entire way that he did it as well. Because how do these people know what was in T Grizzly's contract?
That's why bro turned into a gamer.
All his music
getting your aunt pregnant
this
is
lady's
wild.
name. T Grizzly signed a record deal, so wouldn't the music be in the label's name and not her name? And then also too, the motive.
Auntie wanted her money back in.
Great. The new GoDaddy Arrow has AI marketing tools to help small business.
Isn't really there. Outside of maybe the state believing that T Grizzly impregnated the aunt, but if that's the case, then I don't know. Maybe that's the motive. But the motive that the music was in her name, so he took her out, I don't know. T Grizzly seemed pretty grateful for this woman. Apparently, she was the only one who believed in T Grizzly when he first got out of jail, and she's the one who put money up behind him and took
her out, bro.
So for him to turn around and do this to her, it seems pretty unbelievable.
First came home,
sad.
I asked a lot of people in my family for a chance because this is what I was really trying to do. You know what I'm saying? like, can y'all help buy me a beat? I really want to rap, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them just wasn't taking me serious. Like, you better go get a job. What you trying to rap for and all this other stuff?
Y'all let me know.
And she believed in you.
She believed in me.
Y'all let me know how y'all feel down in the comments, bro.